we don't even really realize the social conditioning around our desires. So I'm a woman, I'm in my mid-30s, I'm a Latin woman, and I'm also an entrepreneur. And by this time and by my culture, I should be married, I should have a mortgage, I should have a husband, I should have children, and I should have a big backyard with a picket fence. And I really realized that that has been fed to us as a way to show that we are stable. I had to realize that we were actually constructed to even what it is that we should be wanting at this stage in my life. And once I started realizing that that is what society has defined as stability, I actually had to take a step back and say, well, what do I consider stability? What is it that I would actually need in order to feel like I am stable in this part of my life? And it wasn't a mortgage, it wasn't having a home, it wasn't being married, it wasn't having children. None of those things actually say stability to me. They actually just scream obligation. They just scream like being tied down, and that wasn't really honoring my true desires, which was not meant to be tied down. So society really played a big role in helping me unravel what my true desires actually were, because they were not what society told me I was supposed to want at this stage in my life. I didn't want the house, I didn't want the husband, I didn't want the kids, I didn't want the white picket fence, and I didn't want the 2-week paycheck. So all the things that I was taught that equaled stability, I had none of those. And I actually didn't want any of those. And once I really honored that, it was easier for me to actually focus on what is it I actually truly want. And the funny thing is that, I'm a lawyer, and I was actually expecting to have pushback from my fellow attorneys in the legal community about the type of lifestyle that I'm living and having a business work virtually while I'm traveling to 10 different countries, 18 different cities, and now living in Morocco. And I was expecting to be questioned, I was expecting to get looked at very strangely, and I was actually surprised by how many other professionals were asking me, how do you do this? How do you run your business from a different time zone? How do you live your life traveling, but also running a law firm and supporting other entrepreneurs? And I found myself really sharing and really being an open book. I'm definitely an open book as far as I don't hide the ball. There is no magic pill. There wasn't this one thing that I did, but I got a lot of really positive encouragement from other professionals, and I really realized I'm not alone in wanting this type of lifestyle and wanting this freedom in my business and in my life. And I really realized that people were a lot more inquisitive, especially professionals, especially other lawyers, especially service-based entrepreneurs, because they also had dreams that did not fit the mold of what society told us that we should want. So I thought that I was a fish swimming upstream, when really, no, there are a lot of other fishes that also don't want what society told us that we should want. And that actually gave me more courage to speak up about it, because I was actually kind of ashamed or kind of nervous, having self-doubt in telling my vision to other lawyers, because it did not look like what they had built for themselves. And I thought that was going to be actually detrimental, when in fact it would actually encourage other lawyers. It would actually invite other lawyers, and not just lawyers, but other clients that I had that were also with the dream of traveling and living and working abroad and still making money without having to sacrifice, their profession or their business.